What is up, everyone? How you doing? My name is Chris and Fanzon. You are listening to the Hidden Doors podcast, and today we're talking about how to cook, learning to cook for a beginner. And there's a special book. There's a special book that I read, so I learned how to cook. It's called How to Cook Everything, the Basics. All You Need to Make Great Food by Mark Bittman. I'll be going over this book and how it's helped me. Don't forget, at the very end of this video, we do a word of the day so we can build our vocabulary. So do not X out of this before. We got to build our vocabulary together. And if you like what you hear, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a thumbs up on my video, and hope you enjoy. Okay, so why are we talking about this? So, learn to cook beginner. I'm not going to show you a picture of my kitchen, and we're not going to go step by step how to cook things. That's not the point of this. The point is to show you how and why it's so important to learn how to cook, and the book that has taught me to cook. I'm not sitting here. It's called How to Cook Everything, the Basics. All You Need to Make Great Food by Mark Bittman. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you that I'm an amazing cook, because I'm not at all. But what I am is someone growing up as a kid, never really cooked much. Grilled cheese, soup, basic stuff every once in a while. But I didn't really know how to cook. Then I moved to my own apartment. Then I needed to learn how to feed myself. Not just feed myself, but in healthy ways. You can eat crap every day, but that's not going to be good for your health. So I read this book, and it's helped me learn to cook the basics and to cook healthy meals, because one of the things that I always talk about, and I have this in my book, is that you need to stop eating crappy fast food. It's easy. It's very easy to get, but it tastes delicious. You think it tastes delicious, but you're eating crap and it's not good for you. And you may not want to cook because it's like, I don't know how to do this. It's annoying to do. It takes longer. And I don't even think it tastes as healthy. We need to change our way of looking at this. If you can learn how to cook and you build you learn recipes that you can repeat over time, it should, in theory, be as easy or easier than going to get fast food. Think about it. It depends on where you live. But for me, I live in the suburbs. I have to go to my car, then I have to go to drive to the fast food place, then come back, as opposed to just turning on the stove, cooking something. It probably would take just the same amount of time, if not, depending on where you want to go for fast food, if not quicker. And if not, maybe a little longer, but that's still fine. And on top of that, if you are just continually eating fast food, it sort of feels like it tastes normal to you. But then once you start eating healthy food, more home-cooked meals, more whole foods, more healthy stuff, and then you go have some, McDonald's, you will instantly feel like garbage. It's like when you're doing something continuously, you don't notice how bad, I guess it is. It's like when you're in the bathroom and you're making a number 2 and you sit there for a little while, you don't even realize how bad it smells in there until you go out and you come back in. It's similar to like fast food. If you're just continually eating fast food, that's normal. It's normal to taste like this, even though it tastes like garbage. It's normal for the next 2 hours to be completely out of it because I'm just full on fat, greasy food. But that's not normal. You need to get out of the bathroom, come back in, and see how bad it really is. So that's my analogy for you need to start eating healthy food. Go and try something like fast food after a month of eating healthy food and see how you feel. You will feel good. So in order for us to be healthier, in order for us to have more energy, in order for us to feel better, in order for us to not have long-term illnesses, we need to eat healthier. And one of the best ways to eat healthier without killing your budget is to make your own food. Go to the grocery store, buy whole foods, healthy ingredients, and make the food yourself. Make it yourself. Now, let's say, 6, 7 years ago, I would be like, whoa, I can't, I could try, but that sounds hard and I don't feel like doing it. So then I love to read. So during one of the books that I read was this book. And to me, it goes very beginning to the very basics of like what olive oil to use, and should you put garlic in this meal, and how should you sprinkle the salt and pepper, and when should you do it, and what meal should you do it for. It goes down to the very basics for people who have been cooking for a long time and already know how to cook. Maybe this is not the right podcast for you, but for many of you who are used to eating out, who are used to other people, their parents cooking, their guardians cooking for them. That was me for a long time. Or going to get fast food. This is the book for you. It teaches you from the very beginning. It goes very basic stuff. Let's see what the first chapter is called Getting Started. And that's literally like, it says, why cook? Then it goes into setting up your pantry. It just goes into the very, very basics, as if like you were a teenager and your mother or father, like, or a guardian, like to cook. And they would teach you the very first day, the very basics, how to use the oil and the pan and all this stuff. And it sounds simple, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing until I read this book. And then I was more confident in the kitchen. Now I will say, though, again, I am not an amazing cook. I'm okay. But the important thing is that I have the tools to cook healthy meals. And that's all that really matters to me. I am never going to be a chef at a restaurant unless I decide to change my career and go a completely different path. But I'm never going to be a chef at a restaurant. I'm just going to be able to cook myself healthy meals so I can stay healthy, have sustained energy, not develop long-term illnesses, not have diabetes, not become overweight, eat healthy. So the book goes, it's by Mark Bittman, and first is just the basics. Then each chapter will, this is where the funny part is, each chapter will go through different types of meals. So like there's breakfast, then there's appetizers and snacks, there's salads, soups and stews, meat, poultry, seafood, breads, desserts. It actually will take you through different recipes. So I would say a third of it, or maybe 20% of it is just teaching you the basics of cooking. And then it'll teach you the basics of, very common recipes across all different types of meals. Now, my wife makes fun of me, and everyone probably makes fun of me because I'm a little bit of a nerd and I like to read a lot. So on the subway, this is like a textbook almost. It's not like a textbook, but it's not like a regular paperback. So I was reading this. I was reading this on the subway when I used to commute back and forth from work every day to New York City. I'm sure people looked at me like I was nuts, but that's okay because then I learned, and now I know how to cook, and now I know how to eat healthy. So I highly recommend, if you are looking to develop a new skill for the new year, you want to eat healthier, you want to get into shape, one of the things financially and health-wise that is so good for you is just to cook. But if you don't know how to do it, this book will give you the tools to do it. I personally learned a lot from it, and there's some interesting tips that Mark Bittman goes through that I feel like only experienced chefs know these types of things. And now I know them. I know the basic stuff, and I know how to do it. And it's a good reference point for next time you have a meal you want to cook, because it's essentially also it's like a cookbook, but in the beginning, it's how to do more basic stuff. So, go cook your own meals. Cook your own meals and be healthy this new year. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else but your damn self. Okay, so now we have a word of the day, and the word of the day is, what is it? It's insinuate. Okay, insinuate. I'm not insinuating anything on you people. I don't even know if you cook or not. So Insinuate means, it's a verb. It means suggest or hint something bad or reprehensible in an indirect or unpleasant way. Similar words are imply, suggest, hint, indicate. In a sentence, he was insinuating that I had no self-control. I am not insinuating you don't know how to cook. I sort of am, though, right? The people who watch this, I'm insinuating that you are. I insinuated, I'm sorry that I did it, but learn how to cook. There's another definition. So a second main definition. Slide oneself or a thing slowly and smoothly into a position. The bugs insinuate themselves between one's skin and clothes. And that's in a sentence. That is funny because I don't know who uses insinuate in that meaning. I don't know who does that. Similar words are slide, slip, maneuver, insert, edge, work, move into position. That's strange. The main definition is imply, suggest, hint, indicate, like the first definition. I think that's the most commonly used, but there's a second one. So use which one you want. Build your vocabulary, use that word in your conversations, and have a beautiful day. But also, don't forget that if you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up on this and comment your thoughts. If you have different things that have helped you cook, or if you have different opinions, I'd love to hear it. And I hope you all have a beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I will see you soon. I'll see you back on our next video. Thank you. Take it easy.